Hello, everyone, and happy Friday. Let's talk about communication in networking. How do you communicate your message? Are you coming off as a turn off? Are you turning people off, or are you annoying people? When you're communicating your message, you have to make sure that your message is concise, that it's clear, and that it's going to capture your audience, that your audience is going to listen to what you have to say, and they're going to want to have a further discussion with you and have further communication with you. And to communicate effectively and efficiently to produce success and to produce results from your message, first you have to think about your approach. Make sure that your approach is inviting. Make sure that you are approaching the person with a spirit of welcomeness. Make sure that you are not being too pushy or too overconfident. Be confident, yes, but not overconfident where it is a turn off and people are not going to want to listen to what you have to say. Also, think about your presence. Are you showing up as someone that has value to offer, is confident in what they're offering, and can be someone that can be helpful to the other person? Or are you showing up as someone that is selfish and then it's all about you and you just want to talk about you and really be that person that's overbearing and overconfident? So really your approach and your presence is very important. Another thing that's important is your tone. Make sure that when you're communicating that message, make sure that your tone is measured. Make sure that you're not shouting out on the rooftops. Make sure that you are coming from a place of kindness, from a place of calmness, from a place of humility, and make sure that your tone is something that is not going to turn someone off. And when we talk about tone, we also have to talk about your choice of words. Make sure that the words that you're choosing, they're simple, they're clear, they're not confusing, that people can understand what you're saying and that they can relate to your message and what you have to offer. It's all about authenticity. It's all about simplicity. It's all about that message being effective, that is going to people are going to really relate to and want to hear more of. So your approach, your presence, your tone, your choice of words, and also your attitude. Make sure that you're coming from a place that is not an attitude of frustration or an attitude of entitlement. I know right now we're in COVID-19 and a lot of people are out of jobs, and you might be networking for the reasons of wanting to have a job, wanting to find something. Don't feel like someone owe you something. So don't go into the conversation with that negative energy, with that attitude that I have a bachelor's degree, I have a master's degree. Why haven't I found a job up to now? I was on a call where that was the very tone or the very attitude of someone, and that can be a turnoff. So you have to really watch that. Although I know it's hard, I know you might be frustrated and you might be thinking, when is this going to happen for me? When is something going to happen for me? If you're connecting with someone for the first time, someone that's new, someone that you don't know, and have someone refer you. Have a champion that will champion you on and speak for you if you're not in the mind frame to speak that way. But be mindful of your attitude and how you are coming across to people, because that's very important when you're communicating your value to others. Also, I want to talk about your motive. What is your motive for networking? Why are you networking with these individuals? Why do you want to build that network? Really clearly sit down and state your purpose and your goal for networking, and then you'll be able to get through all of these avenues. Your goal might be to find a job, and you're not going to immediately go on in your approach and say, I want a job just like that. It's important for you to build that connection. And I know you might say, I don't have time for this, I need a job right now, I need to make money and stuff like that. But why you can do the urgency and have the urgency, it's important for you to take a breath and say, okay, I'm meeting this person for the first time. Let's do your research, approach it with a good message, a direct message, and then you can follow up with the ask. But don't enter into your approach with the ask right away, because that can be a turn off. So when you're communicating in networking, when you're communicating your message, it is very important. What did I say? Think about your approach, think about your presence, think about your tone, think about your choice of words, and think about your motive, think about your attitude. All of those things come into play when you're communicating your message. And if someone is going to be welcoming, if someone is going to really listen to your message and relate to your message, or if someone is going to turn that message away and say, I do not want to hear what you're talking about. So I hope that these tips have really helped you. If you want to learn more, please feel free to contact me. My email is info@wenetworkservices.com, or you can connect with me on LinkedIn. But please, when you're communicating your message, when you're networking, please make sure that it is clear, it is measured. And like I said, if you think about your tone, your approach, and all these things that I outlined, you will be successful and you will gain opportunities. Happy Friday and have a blessed weekend.